Lovely viewers, get ready to have your hearts completely melted because what I'm about to share with you is beyond adorable, beyond precious, and something that has the entire internet buzzing with joy. Yes, the day we've all been waiting for is finally here. Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo have celebrated their baby's 100th day, and the photos that came out of this event. Oh my goodness, they are the cutest thing you'll see all year. If you've ever wondered what pure happiness looks like, these pictures have the answer. So stay tuned because I'm going to take you inside the celebration, describe every sweet detail, and share all the moments that fans cannot stop talking about. First of all, can we talk about the significance of a baby's 100th day in Korean tradition? It's not just a small celebration, it's a huge milestone. Reaching 100 days after birth, known as Baekhail, is a moment of gratitude, blessings, and immense joy for the family. Traditionally, it symbolizes health, longevity, and protection for the baby's future. And knowing how much Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo value family and heritage, it's no surprise that they went all out to make this day extra special. Lovely viewers, doesn't that already warm your heart? But wait until I tell you how they celebrated because it was magical from start to finish. The celebration reportedly took place in an intimate setting, with only close family and a few trusted friends present. And guess what? The theme of the event was all about elegance and simplicity. White and pastel tones filled the room, creating an atmosphere of pure serenity and love. The photos show a beautifully decorated table with traditional Korean rice cakes, fruits, and an incredible cake topped with little figurines that resemble the happy couple holding their baby. How sweet is that? And right in the center of it all was the little star of the day, their precious baby, dressed in the cutest white hanbok with tiny gold details. Lovely viewers, can you imagine that scene? A tiny angel in traditional attire, smiling and looking like a little piece of heaven. But the part that completely melted everyone's hearts was the family photos. Lee Min-ho, dressed in a soft beige suit, looked every bit the proud dad, holding his baby so gently as if the entire world depended on that embrace. His smile. Oh, it was pure sunshine, wide, bright, and filled with so much love that you could feel it through the pictures. And then there's Hye Kyo, radiant in a pastel pink dress that perfectly complemented her elegant aura. Her eyes sparkled with happiness, and in one photo, she's seen kissing her baby's tiny forehead while holding Min-ho's hand. Lovely viewers, doesn't that sound like a fairy tale come to life? If love had a picture, this would be it. Now let's talk about the most talked about photo of the entire set. The one where the baby is sitting on a small cushion, with Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo kneeling on each side, both holding the baby's little hands as if guiding them to take their first steps. The look on their faces in that photo is priceless. It's a mix of pride, joy, and overwhelming love. Fans are calling it the photo of the year. And honestly, I agree. Lovely viewers, tell me in the comments, if you saw that photo, would your heart not melt into a puddle? 'Cause mine definitely did. But here's something even more special. This wasn't just about photos. There were emotional moments during the celebration too. According to people close to the family, Lee Min-ho gave a heartfelt toast where he thanked their loved ones for their support and shared how becoming a father has changed his life completely. He reportedly said something along the lines of, "This little one has given me more joy than I ever imagined possible. Every day, I wake up wanting to be the best father in the world." Can we just pause for a second and appreciate that? Min-ho, the global superstar, speaking so humbly and lovingly about his baby. This is the kind of moment that reminds us why we love him so much. And Hye Kyo. She also shared a few emotional words, saying that this baby is their greatest blessing and that she feels like her life is complete now. Some people at the event even said she got teary-eyed when talking about how grateful she is to have such a loving family. Lovely viewers, do you feel that in your heart? 'Cause I do. It's like watching a real-life K-drama, except this is not scripted. This is real love, real family, and real happiness. Of course, as soon as these photos hit the internet, fans went absolutely wild. Social media exploded with comments like, "This family is too perfect," and "I can't stop smiling looking at these pictures." Some fans even said the baby looks like a perfect mix of both parents, with Lee Min-ho's eyes and Hye Kyo's soft smile. others were joking, saying, "This baby just won the genetic lottery." And honestly, they're not wrong. Lovely viewers, if you've seen the photos, what do you think? Who does the baby look more like, Lee Min-ho or Song Hye Kyo? Let's settle this debate in the comments because I know you all have opinions. And here's another detail that fans can't stop talking about: the baby's name. While the couple hasn't officially revealed it yet, there are rumors that the name holds a very special meaning related to love and light. Some insiders are claiming that the name starts with the letter H, but nothing has been confirmed. Lovely viewers, what do you think the name could be? Drop your guesses below because I'm curious to see your ideas. Now, before I wrap this up, let me tell you about the final moment that completely stole everyone's hearts. Toward the end of the celebration, Lee Min-ho reportedly picked up his baby, kissed their tiny cheeks, and whispered something that made Song Hye Kyo smile with tears in her eyes. No one knows exactly what he said, but those who saw it said it was the sweetest, most tender moment of the day. And honestly, that's all we need to know, because some moments are too pure to even put into words. Lovely viewers, this celebration wasn't just about marking 100 days. It was about celebrating love, family, and the start of a beautiful future together. From the stunning decorations to the heartfelt speeches and those jaw-droppingly adorable photos, this day was nothing short of magical. And the best part, we got to share in their happiness, even from afar. So now it's your turn. What do you think about these beautiful photos? Which one is your favorite? The family shot, the baby on the cushion, or the forehead kiss moment? And do you think Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo will share more milestones with us in the future? Maybe even a first birthday celebration? Let me know your thoughts in the comments because I can't wait to hear what you all think. And if you're smiling right now just like I am, then make sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends because this kind of joy deserves to be spread everywhere. Lovely viewers, let's pick up right where we left off because what I'm about to share next will make you feel like you were actually inside that magical celebration. We talked about the unforgettable family photos, the beautiful speeches, and the overwhelming love that filled the room. But there is so much more to this story. The 100th day celebration wasn't just a simple family gathering. It was a day full of laughter, surprises, thoughtful gestures, and moments that will be remembered forever. So sit back, relax, and let me take you deeper into the sweetest details of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo's baby's big milestone. First things first, let's talk about the guest list because, as expected, it was kept extremely private and exclusive. Only their closest family members and a handful of trusted friends from the industry were present. Among the rumored attendees were some of Lee Min-ho's longtime friends, including a few actors who have worked with him since his Boys Over Flowers days. On Song Hye Kyo's side, some of her best friends from the fashion and drama world were also there. But here's the exciting part. Everyone who attended reportedly had to hand over their phones at the entrance to avoid any unauthorized photos leaking online. That's how determined they were to keep this moment intimate and free from unwanted media attention. Lovely viewers, can you imagine being one of the lucky few to witness this celebration in person? What would you do first? Hug the baby, congratulate the parents, or just stare in awe at how perfect they all look together? Let me know in the comments because I know you're imagining it right now. Now let's talk about the gifts because this part will make your jaw drop. According to insiders, the baby received some of the most luxurious and meaningful presents ever. We're talking custom-made baby clothes from top designers, a diamond-studded keepsake bracelet, and even a tiny gold spoon engraved with the baby's initials. Can you imagine that level of elegance? One guest reportedly gifted a hand-painted family portrait featuring Lee Min-ho, Song Hye Kyo, and their little one in traditional attire. How precious is that? And of course, the grandparents didn't hold back either. There are rumors that one side of the family gave the baby a savings bond worth millions as a future gift. Lovely viewers, what do you think about these extravagant gifts? Do you think it's too much? Or do you believe nothing is too much for a child this loved and cherished? Share your thoughts because I'm curious to know how you feel about it. But the most talked about gift of the night came from none other than Lee Min-ho himself. Are you ready for this? Insiders say that Min-ho surprised Song Hye Kyo with a delicate necklace featuring their baby's birthstone and a tiny charm shaped like a heart. And get this, the heart opens up, and inside it are the baby's initials engraved in the most beautiful script. When Hye Kyo saw it, she reportedly got teary-eyed and hugged Min-ho tightly in front of everyone. Guests said it was one of the most emotional moments of the day. Lovely viewers, isn't that just the most romantic thing ever? If you were in her place, how would you react? Because I know I would cry happy tears all night. And speaking of emotional moments, let me tell you about the little surprise video that played during the celebration. Apparently, Lee Min-ho prepared a short montage of their journey from the pregnancy announcement to the baby's birth and the first 100 days. The video included clips of their happiest moments, like decorating the nursery, the first time they held their baby, and even some funny moments of late-night feedings. It ended with the words, "Our love created this miracle," written in delicate calligraphy on the screen. Guests said everyone in the room was either smiling or crying at that point. It was that beautiful. Lovely viewers, don't you wish they would share that video with the fans someday? Would you want to see it, or do you think it's better kept private for the family? Let me know because I'm torn. I'd love to see it, but I also respect their privacy. Now let's talk about the food, because no celebration is complete without a feast. The menu was a perfect blend of tradition and modern elegance. There were beautifully arranged Korean rice cakes, sweet fruits, and traditional dishes to honor the Baekhyul tradition. But they also added a touch of sophistication with a dessert table that looked like something out of a luxury wedding. Macarons, mini cakes, and chocolate truffles, all in pastel colors, lined up like tiny pieces of art. And of course, the centerpiece was the 100-day cake, a 3-tier masterpiece in white and gold, topped with a figurine of a baby wearing a tiny crown. Lovely viewers, if you could taste one thing from that table, what would it be? The traditional rice cakes, the luxurious desserts, or that stunning cake? Drop your answer below because I can't stop thinking about those pictures of the dessert table. But what really made the internet explode was when Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo decided to share a few official photos on social media later that night. Yes, lovely viewers, they broke the internet again. The photos weren't too revealing. They didn't show the baby's full face, but just enough to make everyone go, "Ah." One picture showed the baby's tiny hand holding onto Lee Min-ho's finger, and another had Song Hye Kyo gently resting her cheek on the baby's head. And the caption, just 3 words that melted everyone's hearts. "Our little joy." Within minutes, the post hit millions of likes and thousands of comments from fans all over the world, congratulating the couple and showering them with love. Lovely viewers, if you saw those posts, what was your reaction? Did you save the pictures like I did? Tell me, because I know we all went straight to Instagram as soon as the news broke. And here's the part that completely caught everyone off guard. Celebrity friends of the couple started leaving sweet comments too. Some of the biggest names in the industry wrote things like, "So happy for your family," and "the most beautiful milestone," while others just left heart emojis and baby emojis. It was like a mini fan club meeting in the comment section. Lovely viewers, don't you love seeing that kind of support from their friends? It really shows how loved this family is, not just by fans but by their peers as well. Now, before I close this chapter, let me tell you about one final surprise that happened at the end of the celebration. Just when everyone thought the night was over, Lee Min-ho reportedly stood up, took the microphone, and thanked Song Hye Kyo for being the best mother to their child. And then he said something that made the entire room gasp. "This is just the beginning of our forever." Guests said that at that moment, Hye Kyo smiled so brightly and squeezed his hand, and the room filled with applause. Lovely viewers, did your heart just skip a beat reading that? Because mine did. It's like a scene straight out of a K-drama, except this is their real life. And we are lucky enough to witness these precious moments. So now I want to hear from you. What was your favorite part of this entire celebration? Was it the adorable baby photos, the emotional speeches, the luxury gifts, or Lee Min-ho's sweet surprise at the end? We just talked about how Lee Min-ho's heartfelt words at the end of the celebration made everyone emotional. But guess what? That wasn't the end of the surprises for the night. In fact, what happened after those words turned this already magical event into something that fans are still talking about and will probably never forget. So get comfortable, because this continuation is going to be even more heartwarming, dramatic, and interactive than before. As soon as the applause died down after Lee Min-ho's touching statement, Hye Kyo leaned into him, smiling so brightly that guests described it as the most genuine expression of happiness they had ever seen from her. And then, in a move that no one saw coming, Lee Min-ho bent down and kissed her forehead gently in front of everyone. Yes, lovely viewers, that happened. People in the room reportedly gasped and then started cheering, and you can only imagine how loud that cheer was. Everyone could feel the love radiating between them. Some even said that the way they looked at each other in that moment felt like a scene straight out of a romantic drama, but even more real and emotional. Lovely viewers, if you were there, would you have cried? Because I know I would have been bawling by then. Tell me in the comments. How do you feel about such open displays of love at intimate family events? Do you think it's beautiful, or do you prefer when couples keep things private? Now, here's something that made the night even more special. Right after that sweet kiss, the lights in the room dimmed, and soft music began to play. Everyone was confused for a second, wondering what was going on. Then, to everyone's surprise, a group of performers walked in carrying traditional Korean instruments. Yes, they had arranged a live performance to honor the baby's 100th day in the most meaningful way possible. The music was serene and heartfelt, filling the room with this deep sense of tradition and love. And here's the best part. Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo walked to the center of the room, holding their baby together, while the performers played a soft melody in the background. Guests said it was one of the most emotional sights they had ever witnessed. A family so deeply connected, celebrating a milestone with love, music, and tradition. Lovely viewers, can you picture that in your mind? Doesn't it sound like something that should be in a movie? If you could see that moment in real life, what would you feel? Share your thoughts, because I'm sitting here imagining it over and over. But wait, lovely viewers, it gets even better, because after that emotional performance, there was yet another surprise waiting for Hye Kyo. Remember how I mentioned earlier that Lee Min-ho had already given her a necklace with the baby's birthstone? Well, he wasn't done spoiling her yet. After the performance ended, the lights came back on, and a server walked into the room carrying a small, elegant box. At first, everyone thought it was just a keepsake for the baby, but when Min-ho opened it in front of everyone, the room gasped again. Inside was a stunning diamond-studded bracelet engraved with the words, "To the best mother." Hye Kyo reportedly teared up again, covering her mouth in shock as Min-ho clasped it around her wrist. Guests said she hugged him so tightly after that, and you could feel how much that gesture meant to her. Lovely viewers, what do you think about this? Isn't that just the sweetest thing ever? Would you like your partner to do something like that for you on such a special day? Let me know in the comments, because this moment has my heart melting completely. Now, let's talk about the behind-the-scenes reactions that no one expected. While the family was enjoying these emotional surprises, fans around the world were already going wild on social media. Why? Because as I mentioned earlier, Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo had shared those adorable baby photos online with the caption, "Our little joy." But what fans didn't know at the time was that the post was actually scheduled to go live during the celebration, making it even more special because, at that exact moment, the couple was celebrating in real life while the whole world celebrated with them online. Isn't that amazing? And guess what? Within the first hour of posting, the photos had over 10 million likes combined and were trending in multiple countries. Fans were leaving the sweetest comments, calling the baby the luckiest little angel, and praising Min-ho and Hye Kyo for being such loving parents. Lovely viewers, did you comment on that post too? If you did, what did you write? Because some of the comments were so touching they could bring tears to your eyes.